All right, check this out. 50 Cent just dropped over $124 million into a multi-phase initiative. He's building a studio, investing in properties, and setting up infrastructure that's going to bring serious business to Shreveport. We're talking an estimated $18 billion over 20 years and 6,000 new jobs. That's huge for a city like Shreveport. If you've ever been there, you know it's cool, but it's not exactly a major hub. Yet this kind of attention could put it on the map. Eventually, with that level of business, maybe they even get closer to airport access or new opportunities that weren't there before. Right now, you can't just hop on a direct flight. You have to go through Dallas or New Orleans and drive. Meanwhile, folks like Jim Jones and Mayo are trying to compete with 50 Cent, and honestly, they're nowhere close. It's wild to me that people can't see where they are on the spectrum. Just because you decide to drop a rap track to stay relevant against 50 Cent doesn't mean he's obligated to respond. Same with Papoose. He responds on his terms, not because someone else wants him to. You're rapping because you have to, not because it's natural. And I know some will debate that, but think of it like challenging Michael Jordan to a game. You might try, but he plays when he wants to. That's how 50 operates. He moves on his own terms. And yes, I know some comments will come in calling me biased toward 50, but I'm just pointing out the difference in approach. Imagine if it were Jay-Z. Say he heard criticism on a podcast and someone ran a diss track at him. People would just assume Jay-Z isn't going to respond because he's mythologized. 50 Cent's similar in public perception, but let's be real, he sold more records than Jay-Z. Not saying better, just more sales. Yet somehow, money and influence make people hesitate to call it out the same way. Mayo? He's relying entirely on Jim Jones, that's clear. Anyone who can't see that hasn't really listened to Styles P bar for bar. When asked who's better, Jim Jones or Styles P, the answer is obvious. Styles P is light years ahead lyrically. Sure, Jim Jones has catchy hits, but bar for bar, he doesn't compare to Styles P. Jim Jones is not a great lyricist, and anyone who thinks otherwise hasn't been paying attention. Alright, check this out. The wild thing about Jim Jones is he literally used to be trash. Yeah, I said it, straight up trash. But eventually he got better because he had writers, mentors, and people showing him how to actually rap. So even now, without writers, he's decent. But before, man, he used to be garbage. Now, Blueface and Stunna Girl, that's a whole other vibe. They're sparking off each other, teasing, playing around on stream. Clothes on, but you can tell there's chemistry. Stunna Girl keeps saying, "I'm promoting my album, I'm doing what I gotta do," which is fair. But the reality, she'll ride Blueface for a bit, probably smash, and then talk her mess afterward. That's just how it goes. Max B set the record straight on The Breakfast Club about jumping Ja Rule. He says, "I love Ja Rule." And honestly, who thought Max B would crew jump? They never had beef. He was cool with 50 at one point. Not everybody takes on other people's fights. Only Mayo does that with Jim Jones. Chris Brown had a defamation case against the company that made a documentary on him. He wanted $500 million. The judge tossed it, saying the doc is protected speech based on public records and past reporting, so no defamation there. Yeah, Chris Brown has a history of violence, and apparently Oprah's not a fan either. India Love apparently thinks she's a rapper now. Stop. People stream, then they start rapping. I don't get it. Jim Jones claims everybody is influenced by him and Kanye in fashion. Jim, come on, you brought back chain wallets and skulls. Fair, that had influence. But now, I don't see it. Back in the day, yeah, you influenced the culture. Newsflash, if you're a popular rapper, you influence people, period. Now, NBA YoungBoy, some others, maybe Drake a little, influence moves on. Some are saying Max B sent shots at Hell Rell and J.R. Writer on his new song, Me Too, saying he could resurrect Dipset. Does that mean he's reuniting with Jim Jones? Nah. Dipset is Cameron's movement, minus Hell and J.R. Writer, so the response will come. And let's be real, Max B isn't at the level to resurrect Dipset right now. His music isn't hitting as it did back in 2008. But shout out to French Montana, he's helping prop Max up, which makes sense. Max B helped French get serious back in the day, transitioning him from DVD rapper to actual deals with Akon, Diddy, and more. Mary J. Blige just announced her Las Vegas residency. That's huge. Big moves, big energy.